Under the veil of an ink-black night, in the year 711 AD, shadows danced with the restless waves of the Moroccan shores. The sea roared like a beast caged too long, its foam hissing under the cold caress of moonlight. At the heart of this chaos, a lone figure stood tall on the prow of a ship, gaze locked onto the horizon laden with uncertainty. This was Tariq ibn Ziyad, the Berber general whose name would soon echo through the annals of history. His eyes were dark pools of determination, reflecting the storm within him as he cast a glance back at his restless troops. Beside him, a worried lieutenant approached, his voice barely a whisper above the tumultuous sea. "General, the sea does not favor us tonight. Should we not delay?" Tariq's voice was a sharp sword cleaving through doubt. "The waves are like destiny, they wait for no man. Opportunity knocks once, and tonight she is impatient." Meanwhile, far across the churning waters, within the opulent and deceitful halls of Toledo, King Roderick lounged upon a throne draped in silk and luxury, his crown weighed heavy with arrogance. The air was thick with the scent of incense and unease when a breathless messenger burst into the chamber, disrupting the uneasy tranquility. "My liege! The Muslims have embarked from Tangier." Roderick's lips curled, voice laced with disdain. "And? We shall incinerate them upon their arrival. Hellfire awaits those who dare challenge us." In the shadowed corners of the hall, Alfonso, a commanding figure within Roderick's army, watched the scene with unease. He murmured to a trusted advisor, "This king, blinded he is. I sense a storm not of the sky, but one of steel and resolve." As dawn crept over the distant coastlines, Tariq's fleet reached the sandy embrace of Algeciras. Flames licked hungrily at their fleet, the ships were set afire, a scorched testament to a point of no return. Before the gathered soldiers, Tariq proclaimed boldly, the inferno casting flickering shadows across his fierce visage. "We have crossed the sea, my warriors. Behind us lies the ocean's fury, before us our destiny. There is no retreat. Victory is all, or martyrdom." His words were a phoenix's cry, igniting fervor within his troops. A chorus of Lala Akbar rose, a crescendo blotting out the trembling fear in their hearts. But treachery simmered like a twisted serpent in the enemy's midst. In the dim cloisters of the Gothic camp, Julian huddled with disenchanted nobles, his fingers tracing the lines of a map spread before them. "If the Muslims strike here," he whispered, "we could overturn Roderick and reclaim our kingdom." The nobles traded furtive glances, a murmured deliberation between salvation and infamy. Treason, or the key to our survival? As the drums of war pounded the air like a thunderous heartbeat, the two forces converged on the banks of the Guadalete. Tariq, astride his steed, surveyed his warriors. He drank in the scene, the promise of blood and victory hanging in the tremulous twilight. To Abdullah al-Ma'afari, a young knight riding beside him, he uttered words that cut through the silence. "Today, we shall inscribe history with our lifeblood." Thus, as dawn broke with claws of fire, the fate of Andalusia stood on the precipice, ready to be written by the hands of destiny.